Welcome to a new deep dive. Today, we're actually stepping into the near future, looking at a really fascinating subject. We've got just one source. It's an RMN News report from August 4th, 2025. The title is, Trump's Peacemaking Claims Fuel Nobel Peace Prize Discussions. And it really hits that sweet spot, doesn't it? International diplomacy, political claims, public opinion. It's all in there. So our mission today is basically to unpack all of this, the claims, the talk around them, and importantly, the counter-arguments in the report. I want to give you a clear shortcut to understanding what's being said, what questions are popping up without getting bogged down. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is how this single report juddles so much. You've got these, bold claims from Trump. Then you see the public reaction, the polling data, and then almost immediately these significant counter-arguments start coming in. So we'll walk you through all those layers, make sure we cover the full picture presented in the article.
Okay, so the report kicks off pretty strong, right? With Trump's claims about ending conflicts all over the world. It specifically mentions him saying he ended a 31-year bloodbath between the Republic of the Congo and Rwanda.
That's right, a 31-year conflict. And he claimed it resulted in 7 million deaths with, quote, no end in sight before he stepped in.
7 million. Wow.
Yeah. And it doesn't stop there. He also claims, according to the report, to have sorted out the recent India-Pakistan conflict and tensions between Thailand and Cambodia, too.
Okay, so multiple regions involved.
Exactly. And the report details his method, or at least his claimed method. He often brought up using trade as leverage. There's that direct quote. I said, listen, you guys are going to fight. You can fight all you want, but we're not doing a trade deal.
Huh. Just like that.
Well, that's the quote provided.
Oh.
And he claimed this approach meant they decided not doing a war. He even estimated he settled averaging about a war a month and saved millions of lives.
A war a month?
Oh.
That's quite a claim. So it's about the which conflicts, but also very much about how this specific trade leverage tactic you described.
Precisely. The report focuses on presenting his claims and the scale he attached to them. It really sets the stage for the next part,
which is the Nobel Peace Prize discussion.
Right.
Because these claims, they didn't just hang there. They apparently sparked serious talk about him getting the prize.
Exactly. The White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, is quoted publicly stating he should be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for ending several conflicts around the world. And she specifically mentioned his supposed role in the India-Pakistan ceasefire and the Kashmir dispute.
And the report even brings in polling data.
It does. As of August 4th, 2025, it cites a poll showing really strong public feeling on this. Get this, 72.04% of people polled believe Trump could win the Nobel for resolving Kashmir.
72%, that's huge.
It is. Only about 22.75% disagreed, with the rest undecided. And the report links this support to how people saw his role in the India-Pakistan ceasefire back in May 2025. That ceasefire followed the devastating Pahalgam terror attack in April.
Right, I remember reading about that context.
And the report also notes Trump himself said he'd be willing to mediate a longer-term fix for Kashmir.
Okay, so we have these really big claims about peacemaking, echoed by the White House and backed apparently by significant public opinion in that poll. But as you said, the report doesn't just leave it there. It then introduces some major complications, doubts, concerns, particularly around that India-Pakistan situation.
Yeah, this is where it gets complex, and it really highlights why you need to look past the initial headlines. For example, the report points out that India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, has actually been noticeably quiet about Trump's supposed role in that ceasefire.
Silent. That's interesting. So no confirmation or acknowledgement from Modi.
None mentioned in the report. That silence itself becomes kind of a data point here.
Okay. And it gets deeper, doesn't it? The report goes into the event that supposedly precipitated the ceasefire, the Pahalgam terror attack.
It does. It details some serious questions being raised about India's official story around that attack on April 22nd in Jammu and Kashmir, the one that reportedly killed 26 people.
What kind of questions?
Well, a senior figure, P. Chidambaram, he's a Congress leader, former Home Minister, he's quoted publicly voicing serious doubts. He apparently suggested the attack might have been carried out by local terrorists within India.
Oh, okay. Not external actors.
Right. He stated, quite explicitly according to the report, that there's no evidence of Pakistan's involvement in the attack, which obviously directly contradicts what Prime Minister Modi had been claiming.
Wow, okay, that's a major counter-narrative right there.
And there's more. The report talks about grave concerns over the, and this is a quote, possibility of the Modi regime orchestrating terror attacks for political gains.
Orchestrating attacks, that's a very serious allegation to include.
It is. And it's amplified, the report says, by other allegations about fake sketches of the terrorists involved in that Pahalgam attack being circulated.
Fake sketches. So questioning the very evidence presented.
Exactly. It raises fundamental questions about the narrative surrounding the event that Trump claims credit for helping to resolve. The report even references a speech Modi apparently gave in Parliament on July 29th, where, according to the report's sources or analysis, he allegedly told blatant lies about Pahalgam attack, India-Pakistan conflict, and the military Operation Sindoor.
Operation Sindoor, what's that?
The report mentions it as a military operation India supposedly launched to hit some random targets. But even the reality or purpose of that operation seems to be questioned by critics cited in the report. So RMN News here is basically laying out these completely conflicting versions of events side by side. It paints a very, very different backdrop to that ceasefire Trump took credit for.
Okay, so wrapping this up then. What does this all mean for you, listening? We've clearly seen these assertions from Donald Trump about, major global peacemaking that led to real talk about a Nobel Peace Prize, apparently backed by a strong public poll, especially regarding India, Pakistan, and Kashmir. But then the same news report brings in this really strong counter story. You've got Modi being silent, senior Indian politicians directly challenging the official account of the terror attack, even suggesting the possibility of it being orchestrated domestically for political reasons, and questioning other government claims.
Yeah, this deep dive into just one source really shows you the tangled layers of international events and how stories get built around them. So the real question for you, the listener, is how do you even begin to evaluate such starkly different accounts when they're presented together like this? It really pushes you to think about all the different angles, doesn't it? And to consider critically how claims about peace and resolution often bump up against these really complex, sometimes hidden and definitely contested realities that are still playing out.